You know that too intensive discharge substantially affects the lifetime and performance parameters of batteries, and deep discharge may even result in a battery breakdown. SDC 0009 protects batteries from deep discharge, thus extending its lifetime. This control fits for any battery types. At the supply voltage from 6 to 30 volts, it is able to switch the load of up to 15 amperes. At 4 to 6 volts, it switches 5 amperes. When being active, the controller's resistance at the load switching contacts is under 0.004 ohm. The controller is powered from a controlled battery. It consumes about 8 milliamperes. Key specifications include programmable turn-on voltage, ranges from 4 to 25.5 volts. Hysteresis is 0 to 6, 2 volts. Hysteresis and turn-on voltage errors is under 0.1. The controller operates automatically. That is, load is switched on and off automatically, depending on the battery voltage. You don't have to reset the controller after load tripping. The battery itself may be connected both to the load and to the charge circuit. The minimum supply voltage to a controller is 4 volts. Small voltages will result in load tripping. Print board jumpers set U on. This parameter determines the load starting threshold for the controller with a range from 4 to 25.5 volts, with an increment of 0.1 volt. It also determines the electrical bias for load tripping by the controller. That is hysteresis with a range from 0 to 6.2 volts, with an increment of 0.2 volts. Load tripping will occur at the voltage calculated as follows. Please keep in mind that load tripping will result in high voltage applied to the battery. Therefore, it is important to set hysteresis correctly to avoid voltage increase on U-on level resulting from load tripping by the controller. Otherwise, the controller will repeatedly trip and start the load 1 time per second. The external system wiring, battery plus controller, shall be between the battery and the controller to avoid battery discharge by the controller when the load is tripped. We also recommend installing a fuse between the battery and the controller input. You can remount jumpers either before or after switching on the controller. Parameters determined by the jumpers will apply immediately. However, you should avoid installing hysteresis jumpers to 0000. This is a process combination. If the parameters are set correctly, the controller will trip the load connected to the battery to avoid excessive battery discharge. When the voltage reaches a rated level, the controller will automatically start the load again. Thus, ADC 0009 discharge controller will help you protect your battery from deep discharge that may result in battery breakdown.